matter with you, Burns?
Oh, I feel real crook, Miss Bennett.
Yeah, come to think of it, I don't feel too good myself.
What do you do to the food, Vera? Poison it? Don't talk rubbish, Smith. There's nothing wrong with the food.
Yeah, that's not the message I'm getting.
Oh, I told you that stuff tasted off. You need to shovel it all into you. There's nothing wrong with the food. Well, it smells perfectly all right to me. Then you eat it.
Oh, Miss Bennett, eat mine. There's nothing wrong with mine.
Mine.
Anybody else feeling ill? I better take them to the dispensary just in case.
I'll do it. I was going down that way anyway.
I hear the dog's the best cure, Miss Bennett. All right, all those feeling sick, fall out.
You know, girls, I reckon we've got a damn good chance of suing this dump.
Oh, yeah.
But don't be ridiculous. You probably just caught a virus.
Thank you, Florence Nightingale.
If you all think that's funny, you're probably not very sick.
Yeah, well, it only hurts when we laugh.
Don't just stand there. Help her up.
Oh, come on, you're right. Come on, come on. What's wrong?
What are you doing there? Do it.
Just didn't want to miss out on the fun, Miss Bennett.
Report to muster and then get to work.
Killing me, Miss Bennett.
Come on. As much as I can take too, Miss Bennett.
I want to lie down.
You may not be well enough to work in the laundry, but there's nothing stopping you working on these things.
I'm as weak as a kitten.
You were only given an emetic. It'll pass.
Yeah, we noticed.
Must have been better actors than we thought.
Oh, Lizzie would have been proud of us.
Yeah, but why did they have to believe we had food poisoning? I feel as though I've thrown up all last night's dinner as well.
Yeah, well, at least it'll be good for your diet. Rightio. Shop's open. 10 cents a fag, 5 cents a biscuit, and the coffee to the highest bidder.
Haven't you heard? You're giving them away.
Oh, go to hell. No freebies.
You don't think we went through that because we like you, do you, Burke?
Oh, what are you trying to put over me? I could have walked out of there any time I liked. I was just waiting for the right time.
Well, we spoke to your manager. Tell her, Judy. Good on you.
Yeah, baby. Come on. I'm going to get you for this, Smith. I'll be waiting.
You see, we're not accepting this sticking up for Burke because you feel you owe a routine any longer. So are you going to come clean, or do I have to forget I'm a lady?
Okay, it's no big deal. I just feel sorry for her, that's all.
Bull.
Honest. Reed told her that if her family won't accept welfare, they're going to put those kids in a home. She's got 4 brothers and sisters under the age of 18 and a kid of her own. She's only trying to scrounge up a bit of money to keep out of strife.
Now, would you like to try again, or do I have to break your arm?
Oh, damn. I want the money for myself. I was going to wait till she gets a bundle and then clean her out.
Now, that's more like it, but why?
I want it for when I get out.
Well, why don't you save up like the rest of us? You'd have a fair bit saved by the time they released you.
Because I'm not planning on being here that long.
If you're talking about escaping, you're out of your mind. We've all tried that. All it gets you is more time.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
All right, then. That's your funeral. But I'll tell you something. I don't care if you rob Burke blind, but you try and make a fast buck out of us and you're going to have me to answer to. So you just find some other way to get rich quick. Not out of us. Do you get it? Will you put that away?
Why?
Because Burke could just take it into her mind to lag.
She'd be dobbing herself in. She wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't want to bet, would you?
Outsiders of the Chinaman studying a run on strongly, followed in by
This keeps up, I'll be able to retire. Only 2 have managed to bet with us so far. Even then, it was only $1 down.
Quick, Governor.
Which pot was used for the women for breakfast this morning?
That one.
Mrs. Davidson.
Mrs. Davison. They said the sausages were off. Cook's not going to be too pleased you guys saying her snags were off.
We've already spoken to her. She said you did most of the cooking this morning.
What are you trying to say?
That's enough. They seem all right, but it only takes 1 or 2 for the whole lot to be tainted. Where's the order book?
Them snags were fresh in yesterday.
I gave Smith and her lot extra duties this morning. They could have been faking just to get out of work.
I hardly think they'd go through an emetic for that, Miss Bennett. Right, thank you. Carry on.
Well, come on. You should be setting the tables for lunch by now.
suppose I could have a word with the butchers, but they've always been so reliable in the past.
There's nothing crook about that food.
Burke, if you know something, I suggest you tell me.
All I know is that for somebody who'd lost their buy-up privileges, Smith's lot sure seem to have a lot of stuff stashed away for a rainy day.
What's that got to do with the food?
Dunno. Why don't you ask them?
I'm asking you. Why are you telling us this?
Because them rotten sods pinched all my stuff that I got from the buy-up, that's why.
Why didn't you report it straight away?
Because the screw had only turned a blind eye.
If you are telling the truth, I assure you they will be punished in exactly the same way as if they'd stolen from the prison itself. Miss Bennett, will you organise the search, please? I have an appointment in 15 minutes.
No, it's not for me, it's for a friend. Well, I'm sure she'd be much more interested in playgroups at the moment. Now, she has 2 boys. One's about 3 and the other one's a baby. Oh, well, we didn't really want anything too expensive. Right. All right. That sounds wonderful. Right. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were taking over Paul Reed's job.
How do you think I'll go?
It's no joking matter, Meg. If you want to make personal phone calls, do it at home.
Oh, Vera, don't be such a bore. Look, my phone's not connected. I had 5 minutes to spare, and I'm sure even the rules allow an officer 1 phone call a week.
Well, if you can spare me 5 minutes, you might like to help me in a search. Burke claims the women have taken some of her last buy-up items.
Well, the front gate just rang. I have to show a gentleman through to Mrs. Davidson.
Let someone else do it. This is much more important.
This way, sir.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Bennett. Mr. Reynolds?
Yes.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson's expecting you. Well, if you just sign on, I'll take you through to her.
Yes, of course.
Could you show him through, please?
This way, sir.
Thank you.
Now, I let you get away with that because I didn't want to show him just how petty some of us can be. But don't ever do that to me again, Vera.
She goes and shoots off her mouth and you're just going to take it.
That's right. You're just telling me what I knew all along.
But that bitch has already tried pinching me bookie money. No one can feel safe with her around.
Just give her enough rope to hang herself with.
And what about her? Always pussyfooting around after Burke.
She's with us.
What are you doing in here, Gaffney?
Just telling these liars the next time they want to complain about the cooking, I'll give them something to complain about.
You're like making us eat the slop she dishes up.
Just a minute.
Stop what you're doing and stand against the wall.
What's going on?
Just do what you're told, Smith.
What's this about?
Go on, back to the kitchen.
All right, back to work.
Look, I think I'm going to be sick. Can I go to the bathroom?
You know, if you'd told us what you were looking for, we might have been able to help you. Watch the door.
Well, looks like this calls for a celebration.
Coffee, anyone?
We have had work release programs before, although not on the scale you're talking about. They are not without their problems.
I'd like to apply the same setup as the Parramatta Linen Service. Say, half a dozen women, 3 days a week at $40 each. Thank you.
Well, I would have to check the rate of pay, but it does sound as though you've done your research.
Well, in the clothing trade, if you don't keep up with the trends, you might as well shut up shop.
Not many businesses employ ex-prisoners, let alone those who are still serving time.
Well, I trust you'll only send me the most reliable women.
That will be up to the classification committee. But you do understand why I find it unusual, Mr. Reynolds.
Look, it's not out of the goodness of my heart. You see, my company won't be able to meet this government order without a solid backup team. I mean, it's difficult enough finding experienced